Welcome to my YouTube channel. The Israeli conflict has been an ongoing issue for decades, with no clear resolution in sight. It has impacted not just the lives of the people living in the region but also the politics, elections, and political parties of Israel. The conflict has shaped the political landscape of Israel, with different parties taking various positions on the issue. Understanding the impact of the Israeli conflict on politics and political parties is essential to understanding the current state of the country. In this video, we will explore the history of the conflict, its impact on Israeli politics, and the positions taken by various political parties. We will examine how the conflict shapes the political discourse in Israel and how it affects the country's relations with other nations. Join us as we delve into the complex web of politics and conflict in Israel. Introduction to the Israeli conflict and its historical background. The roots of the Israeli conflict can be traced back to the late 19th century when the Zionist movement emerged, advocating for the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. This movement gained momentum as waves of Jewish immigrants arrived in the region, seeking refuge from persecution and discrimination. Tensions between Jewish settlers and the Arab population escalated as conflicting national aspirations clashed. The British Mandate for Palestine, established after World War I, further exacerbated these tensions, as it promised both self-determination for the Jewish people and the protection of Arab rights. The situation reached a critical turning point in 1947 when the United Nations proposed the partition of Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. While the Jewish community accepted the plan, Arab leaders vehemently opposed it, resulting in the outbreak of violence and the First Arab-Israeli War. Since then, the Israeli conflict has witnessed numerous wars, peace processes, and diplomatic negotiations. The issues at stake are multifaceted, including the status of Jerusalem, the borders of Israel, the right of return for Palestinian refugees, and the establishment of an independent Palestinian state. The consequences of this protracted conflict extend far beyond the borders of Israel and Palestine. It has become a central issue in regional and international politics, influencing alliances, foreign policies, and electoral dynamics. Political parties in Israel and beyond often align themselves with specific positions on the Israeli conflict, which can shape their electoral success or failure. To truly comprehend the impact of the Israeli conflict on politics, elections, and political parties, it is essential to explore its historical background and the intricate web of factors that have contributed to its complexity. Only then can we begin to unravel the ongoing repercussions and potential paths towards resolution. The role of the Israeli conflict in shaping politics and elections. In Israel, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict has been at the forefront of political discourse for decades. Different political parties have developed varying stances and approaches towards this conflict, which have often become defining features of their platforms. The issue of how to address the conflict, whether through negotiations, military actions, or unilateral actions, has been a central point of contention in Israeli politics. The Israeli conflict has also played a role in shaping the broader political landscape in the Middle East and beyond. It has influenced diplomatic relations, alliances, and international policies. The conflict has become a rallying point for political parties and governments around the world, with different countries taking sides based on their own strategic interests, historical ties, or ideological perspectives. Furthermore, the Israeli conflict has had a significant impact on elections. Political parties often use their stance on the conflict as a way to appeal to voters and differentiate themselves from their opponents. Debates surrounding the Israeli conflict can evoke strong emotions and deeply held beliefs, making it a crucial issue for voters when deciding who to support. The impact of the Israeli conflict on politics and elections goes beyond the immediate effects on individual parties or candidates. It has the power to shape public opinion, influence policy decisions, and even impact the trajectory of peace negotiations. As such, understanding the role of the Israeli conflict in politics is vital for anyone interested in the complexities of the region and its global implications. Major political parties and their stances on the Israeli conflict. Likud is a right-wing conservative party and has been a dominant force in Israeli politics. They strongly support the idea of a united Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and emphasize the importance of security measures to protect Israeli citizens. Likud advocates for maintaining Israeli sovereignty over disputed territories, including the West Bank. Blue and White is a centrist party formed as an alliance between several parties. They prioritize the pursuit of peace and security in the region, supporting a two-state solution with the Palestinians. Blue and White seeks to maintain a strong relationship with the United States, as well as uphold Israel's democratic values. Labor Party. Historically, the Labor Party played a significant role in shaping Israeli politics. They advocate for a negotiated peace agreement with the Palestinians, based on the principle of a two-state solution. The Labour Party emphasizes social justice and equality, alongside security concerns. Yamina is a right-wing party that takes a more hardline stance on the Israeli conflict. They support the expansion of Israeli settlements in the West Bank and reject the idea of a Palestinian state. Yamina prioritizes the security and protection of Israeli citizens. Joint List. The Joint List is a coalition of predominantly Arab parties in Israel. They advocate for the rights of Palestinian citizens of Israel and the establishment of a Palestinian state. The Joint List focuses on issues of equality, social justice, and representation for Arab citizens. It's important to note that these are just a few examples of the major political parties in Israel, and there are other parties with varying positions on the Israeli conflict. Understanding the nuances and diversity within the Israeli political landscape is essential in comprehending the complexities surrounding the conflict and its impact on politics and elections. Impact of the Israeli conflict on coalition building and government formation. One key aspect is the diverse array of perspectives and stances held by political parties regarding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. These differences often become contentious points of negotiation during coalition building efforts. Parties with contrasting views on the conflict must find common ground or make compromises to form a working government. This can be a delicate balancing act, as parties need to strike a balance between maintaining their respective ideologies and satisfying their coalition partners. Furthermore, the Israeli conflict has the potential to sway public opinion and influence elections. Voters may prioritize candidates and parties based on their perceived stance and proposed solutions to the conflict. Parties that advocate for a more aggressive approach towards security and defense may appeal to voters who prioritize stability and protection. Conversely, parties advocating for peace initiatives and diplomatic solutions may attract those who prioritize resolving the conflict through negotiations. The impact of the Israeli conflict on coalition building and government formation is further compounded by external pressures. International actors, regional dynamics, and diplomatic considerations all play a role in shaping the political landscape. Parties must consider these external factors when formulating their policies and positions on the conflict, as they may impact their ability to form coalitions and govern effectively. In conclusion, the Israeli conflict has a profound impact on the formation of coalitions and governments in Israel. It influences party ideologies, election campaigns, and public opinion. Navigating the complexities of the conflict while building coalitions requires careful negotiation, compromise, and an understanding of the broader political landscape. As long as the Israeli conflict remains unresolved, its impact on politics, elections, and political parties will continue to shape the Israeli political landscape. Thanks for watching. Kindly like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification button for more amazing videos.